Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students, has accepted a plea deal that removes the death penalty and avoids a full trial in the Idaho college murder case.
We had an outsider come to our community, kill our kids in their sleep while they're getting a college education, doing everything that they should do, and we don't have the courage to hold him accountable.
The plea deal, which follows a 2.5-year legal battle and comes just weeks before the murder trial was set to begin, has sparked outrage among the victims' families.
This is anything but justice.
In November 2022, 4 students, Kaylee, Madison, Zaina, and Ethan, were found fatally stabbed inside their off-campus home in Moscow, Idaho.
Something happened in our house. We don't know what.
What is the address of the emergency?
Nobody could have imagined it was about to become a house of horror.
She's not waking up.
2 of the victims' roommates were also present that night, but were left unharmed. One of them reportedly saw the murderer walk past her room as he was leaving the house.
She told police she opened her door and came face to face with a masked man in black clothing, who walked toward her as she stood frozen.
The brutal attack, combined with the absence of an immediate suspect, drew national attention.
This is a brutal crime scene. These victims were not shot, they were stabbed to death.
Bryan Kohberger, a criminology PhD student at Washington State University, was arrested in December 2022 at his family's home in Pennsylvania.
So y'all work at the university there?
Actually, do work.
Oh.
You went. It was a PhD.
Last night, detectives arrested 28-year-old Bryan Christopher Kohberger.
Investigators linked him to the scene using DNA found on a knife sheath, mobile phone data, and surveillance footage.
There's a big realization that we had been stalked for so many months and had no clue.
The motive and how the victims were chosen have remained unanswered in the case, though some speculate Kohberger wanted to prove his intelligence by attempting to execute the perfect crime.
I don't think the killer expected Maddie and Kaylee to be in the same bed, and that is where things just went off the rails.
Under the plea deal, Kohberger will receive 4 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole or appeal.
We see next to nothing about a motive, an alleged reason as to why Bryan Kohberger would want those 4 innocent kids dead in such a violent and bloody way.
I don't think there's gonna ever be any justice.
The plea eliminates the need for a full trial, skipping jury selection and witness testimony, in what was expected to be one of the most closely watched murder cases in recent memory.
Idaho is fully prepared and ready to push for the death penalty in this case, so it's interesting to note that that could have been why Kohberger chose to take a deal in the first place, if that's really how it's going down.
While some relatives of the victims have welcomed the resolution and the avoidance of a lengthy trial, others have voiced concerns about the lack of a full court process.
The frustration of the Moscow community, the sadness, the profound tragedy. They want to know the why, but this particular defendant will be under no requirement to actually say the why.
Legal experts note that plea bargains are a common component of the US criminal justice system, even in homicide cases. The outcome may also raise questions about the future of capital punishment in Idaho and how it is applied.